May 18th, 2025 Helium Miner Update coming to you from our Portland World headquarters. Get that a little clearer there. And super stoked here. It's springtime. It's about 60 degrees. I got the roadies out in bloom. I think that's super cool. Those are nice. And we've just had the tree guys here a couple days ago, and so getting the view back. So I'll go ahead and share that. Cedar tree here. This big one has been trimmed, and we've kind of gotten stuff topped out, so we got the view back there of the river and kind of zoom in. So that down there's the Columbia River, or sorry, Willamette River. Columbia is a little further out, and then you can see off in the distance Vancouver, Washington. So yeah, kind of cleared out. There's the North Harbor, and got to do actually a little more trimming. I might have to get up on one of these trees myself. See one they're working on a cruise ship back there, and need to trim a few more trees so I can get that part of the view back too. But yeah, everything's kind of been trimmed out, so lots of growth taken care of. So trees are healthy, which is all good. So anyhow, let's get to the update. If you've been following along on the channel, you'll know that we have 4 MNTD helium miners. We've got one in our world headquarters in Kona, and then we've got 2 here in Portland, Oregon, and then we've got one in Alpine, Wyoming as well. So get to the update. I think I guess that lighting's pretty good. Yeah, still got the stocking cap on. It's 60 degrees, but do have shorts on, so all's good there. Anyhow, as far as the miners that we've got, and by the way, Helium network, just a decentralized IoT network. We do this just for fun, not financial advice or anything. So just kind of preface that there. Kona miner. Well, actually, let's get to the market update first. IoT, that was the token that we were earning on the miners up until a few months ago, until Helium Improvement Protocol, I think 138. That one's at 0.000586, which is about down 1%, so pretty even for the week. Everything's been pretty stable after the bump up last week. HNT Helium, that's the token that we are earning on our miners. That one's trading at $3.91 at the time of while we're doing this. That's also down about 1%. And then Bitcoin trading at $104,300, which has been pretty. It's been doing well here recently. That's about even or so for the week. And then Solana at $167 even, down about 3%. So just as far as a few of the market updates, just as far as Helium is concerned, not too much to report there. There's a few more deals with some of the carriers, vis-a-vis Verizon, AT&T, things like that, where they're using Helium to offload a little bit off of their networks, giving that a try, a little more economical than cell towers, building new towers, things like that. And then also, just as far as Bitcoin's concerned, got the new chair of the SEC, and so that's probably going to be some softening on crypto regulations, which is going to be helpful. Was that Paul Atkins, new SEC chair? And then also I think in this week it's been reported MicroStrategy rather, has bought 6,556 Bitcoin. As part of their strategy where they issue the debt and buy the Bitcoin. So that's about it for the market news. As far as the miners are concerned, or Kona miner, that one's sitting in a hexagon with 2 other miners. And that one, and again, you can look at the Helium map to kind of get a feel for what that means. Basically, everything's divided up into the hexagon. So if you're trying to set up a miner, you want to look at a typical helium map for your area and see if your miner is going to be sharing space there with others, or if it's going to be by itself. Because if it's sharing space with others, then it's going to be whatever revenue you get, you're going to be splitting that typically evenly with those other miners. Now, if it's a pretty busy area with a lot of activity, that may not matter, where all the miners are, they're working, being attached to their Wi-Fi systems. But if it's if there's not a lot of traffic, then certainly that's going to be a little bit to your detriment. So yeah, again, it's a little windy here. We were out at the marina yesterday. Not too much wind. Today would have been the day to go sailing. So anyway, Kona miner, two other miners in that hexagon. That one for the 7 days earned 0.452 helium tokens, up about 3%. So good news there. Portland 1, that one's sitting in a hexagon with 5 other miners. That's in our little office building down here in Northwest Portland. That one is 0.152 helium tokens for 7 days. That's down about 16%, so not too good there. Portland 2, that one's sitting in hexagon by itself at 0.503 helium tokens, so actually has done better than Kona. Again, been talking in these live streams regarding just having that miner by itself, but in a more urban area. But in the tropical area where you're going to have typically less people setting them up, that there's more, the system tries to incentivize you to do that, to set it up. So they're going to typically bump up those earnings a little bit. But anyway, in this case, in the last 7 days, Portland 2 has earned more than Kona. And then if you've been following along the last 3 or 4 months, you'll know that the rural helium mining just hasn't been doing too well. That miner is functional. Everything's doing well. But there's no other miners there for it to communicate with. And because of that, it's not doing any work there as far as the IoT system. There's nothing that's tracking, whether it's dog collars, rental scooters, or anything like that. So not happening there. Anyway, that's the story for Alpine. And then totaling here are 7-day earnings. Again, not financial advice, just doing this for fun. 1.107 helium tokens for the week. And then moving on to the 30-day earnings, the Kona miner, that one is at 1.883 helium tokens. Portland 1, 0.778 helium tokens for 30 days. And then Portland 2 at 1.778 helium tokens. So you can see that for the 30 days, Kona's earned a little bit more. But on the 7-day basis, Portland 2, sitting there by itself, and then Hexagon has earned more. 30-day earnings, totalizing that, is 4.439 helium tokens. And then, as we do here on these updates every week, is we want to look at what the dollars and cents are actually doing. And even though this is a hobby, 7-day earnings, $4.33, whopping amount. And then our 30-day earnings, a whopping $17.36 over the 4 miners. So do that to, if you've got your running your miners, if you want to kind of see where you are in comparison to how our system is running. I think one of the things that we've got here that's pretty cool is that we've just got different locations, whether it's rural, urban, or tropical, tropical island, Hawaii. So you can kind of get a feel for just some of the differences there and see how that compares to yours. And then doing an ROI, return on investment on that. Take that 30-day rate divided by, or what we earned over the 30 days divided by 30 to get a daily rate. And then take that out to 365 days, divide by the investment amount. And, got a jet flying over. Pattern is a little different here the last couple of days. We've got the Hillsborough Air Show going off. And because of the west wind that we typically get here in the late spring, early summer, the folks taking off from Portland International, whether it's passenger or cargo or what whatnot, or private jet. They're all taking off to the west, and rather than following the Columbia River, they're typically going to be turning now to the south, directly to just avoid the Hillsborough area because of the air show that's going on. I think it was Friday, yesterday, and today. So yeah, we're getting some jets flying overhead here. Anyway, ROI calc, taking the 30-day rate and extrapolating that out, we get an ROI of 13.2%. So I think last week we were like 13.8 or something like that. So we've been kind of stabilized here in that 13 degree or percent range. Good news there. Not bad for a hobby. That is about it. Certainly feel free to leave comments down below with your helium mining experience, or if you've got some questions. And that should do it for the update. I'm going to sign off here before the next jet flies over. Peace. See you next week.